Okay, so it's 3:32. My phone is malfunctioning. She has the air on and it's cold outside. It's 11:66 bus. This is the second time that she got off and used the phone within 10 minutes. She said that then she told me that I would have to get off at Cook County Hospital. I don't know where I'm at. Then she changed it. It was a lady on this bus trying to start an argument. I had to delete it because it used up too much of my data. My phone's devices are controlled. So this is the second stop. This is how my days go. They want it to be where I'm fighting for my life at night on transit with schemes. So they enlist these bus drivers and all these different avenues to hold me up and play games to keep me in jeopardy. And it's the second time this whole bus has pulled over. An argument on the bus. And then she said I would have to get off at Cook County. Then I said, ma'am, I told her I was in a domestic violence crisis. People on the bus were being rude. I said that I would like to be able to meet people and catch people on the bus and not be forced to be around counterfeits that abuse me, mistreat me, and degrade me. But I had to delete that. So when you have buses pulling over so they can set up abuse on your route, how much jeopardy does that place you in? When they have Walmart sell you defective bags, here are the wheels, right here. So they knew that I was going to be fleeing and need wheels and wanted to make it uncomfortable. How am I going to use the wheels? That's the point. I've had to endure this years, trapping me in on trains and buses while I was getting threatened. Then the police and bus drivers cover for me getting threatened and assaulted. Years of this. That's how I knew that if someone was setting up this kind of chaos and all police departments cover and enforce it, it wasn't safe for anyone. But anyway, do I know? All I do is just upload and expose, and hopefully people rack up those charges. The bus is pulled over, like I said, a second time. I don't know when we're going to leave. They need to let the police set up crimes on my route. They're happy to help. She's still on the phone. Happy to help. February 16th, 3:35. If I get directed towards TP, where can you tell me where to get off to be able to catch the one that goes to TP? I can't hear you. So can you?
Rosedale and Ayers.
You're pulling over a third time, ma'am? A third time? I've had to endure this year. So you don't want me to know how to catch the bus to get to the TP, ma'am? I'm sorry?
Someone's gonna assist you.
Why do you have to get someone to assist me? Why can't you do it? Where are we going?
I'm gonna continue on my route like I always do and stop my time points that I have to stop at.
I know, but I don't know why you don't want to direct me how to get to the TP location like I asked and you had to call a supervisor instead of just telling me on your own.
I already can.
I just wanted you to point it out, and I don't know why I'm not playing a domestic violence crisis and you're furious with me. I've already addressed that when I first got on. And I've also been trapped on trains and buses and been violated in driver's cover for it in police departments. I think that if someone is abusing power to trap me in on a whole train and bus, that's extreme and something needs to be done. But I don't understand why you would enforce me to have to speak with a supervisor because I'm asking you how to get to the TP. I've been tortured all day, ma'am, in fact, years. I think that hijacking the whole bus to have me in with counterfeits and abuse is sadistic and sick. So you don't want me to know how to get to TP? You gotta call a supervisor to hijack that ability for me? This is the second bus that pulled over because I wanted route information today. The one did, but it was 2 ones in a row. They wanted to hit other ones to hurry up and leave, and then they had this counterfeit number one come with abuse that pulled the whole bus over because I wanted route information. I think that people need to get their felony charges, man. I think it's pretty sadistic and sick to repetitively get away with this chaos years.
Rosedale and Connor.
So this is the third time. I don't know what she has going on. They like to me be in danger. They don't want me going to the TP location. And they control my routes and where I can go. She's acting like she's furious because I already know. If someone has paid bus fare and is stating, please show me which one I catch to get to TP, and you call a supervisor, what kind of nightmare would that party have to live in? She's claiming in her con that she already told me, but if I paid bus fare and I don't understand, why can't you just show me? Why do you have to call a supervisor of bullies with the police? And the supervisors would call. So they want me to get off the bus and be trapped in abuse. She don't want me to know. They haven't wanted me to know for years. Just let's keep sure we have things in perspective. So a woman fleeing for her life, hijacked transit, hijacked shops at Walmart, forcing you to buy defective products so you with wheels. Then keep in mind one safe place, criminal trespass and detain there. Keep in mind abuse at CPS waiting on me. Fast food restaurants having that covered too. And hotel stays. Can you imagine how that would feel for a woman? But I have to keep the videos low because, you know, they set up chaos in every environment, as you can see. Walmart, fast food places, even using the transit. Everywhere there's felonies and crime set up. This is criminal. Conspiracy to violate rights crimes, what they're doing is a criminal sentence.
Rosedale and Sycamore
That's
Park.
why there's no one on here to witness it. You don't, they probably have out of service on the bus. They do that. So no one else witnessed the act of crime being committed. Clarity, ma'am, you don't want me to know how to get to the TP, and you have called a supervisor on me for trying to find out where I need to get off to catch a bus to go to the TP location. Is that correct?
Riverside and
Fully
Oliver.
aware that I'm in a domestic violence crisis. Those cars coming, ma'am, and you're good turning towards traffic. That's not safe. So you don't want me to know how to catch the TP in the domestic violence crisis? They've done it for years. You got away with it. Have to catch to get to the TP location. She don't want me to know. You don't know? The bus driver don't want me to know either. She called she said claims that she called a supervisor because I want a route information to plead my domestic violence crisis situation. She don't want me to plead. And she's a whole bus driver. I paid for fare to get treated like this for years. Route, you don't know how to get to the TP. I mean, it's not safe for me. It's just, it was absolutely terrifying to have to endure this chaos years. She drove into traffic, trying to make sure that whatever was happening. So let me get off here. And I had to endure this years. She got to let them know where I'm at. Stalking is a crime. So you sure you can catch? Yep, I see you can catch. So they play games with my devices. And it can just completely stop. See, what I just deleted another video. I have to calm down because this is terrifying. So they're remotely controlling my device. At another hotel stay, I saw them they scanned that it was construction next door. This is when it first got started, and they accidentally left the door open, and I saw a device plugged into the phone outlet. Well, the problem of it was I was calling all day trying to flee a domestic violence crisis, and people were being rude and hanging up in my face. At that particular time, I realized that crimes were being committed to have me speak with counterfeits. So when they got caught in that, I said, what is that plugged into the outlet? He said, none of your business, and tried to close, none of your business. And I said, well, I've been calling all day trying to flee an abusive situation, and they've been hanging up in my face and been rude. And then you're right next to me, and you have a device plugged into the phone outlet. So they called the hotel staff and had the hotel put me out. But it was close to checkout. But I was calling trying to flee the domestic violence crisis, and then they had this faux construction controlling the hotel phones. And they were also controlling cell phone devices as well, having me speak with counterfeits, knowing full-blown, well, no one would believe me. So this is the problem. They want to make sure I don't upload them with their crimes. And they now, since they got caught in that faux construction, they just send people pretending like they're customers and have them remotely control my devices. So this is what they don't want you to see. 1270, yeah, I don't want to get bullied at each location that I'm in. Angel Wiseman?
Yes.
Okay.
This isn't a public area.
Right, but I was telling you that I'm waiting on someone, and I can't wait on
I'd be
him.
happy to take you to him. If
Okay.
you give me his name, I'll be happy to take you right back to him.
But you didn't question anybody else, only me. If they can roll back the camera footage.
Well, you walked in 15, 20 minutes ago. Everybody here was here before you.
Okay.
You're the last one.
Okay, so you
wouldn't have
just don't
known
want
whether
me in
I
the
asked
hospital.
anybody.
Well, if you don't have any official business, then we can't be hanging out. That's the whole thing about it.
Oh, I can't be hanging out because I went to as I was explaining to people here. So I went to some one safe place, police trying to interrupt the test, and detained me on false mental illness pretenses. So then I went to CPS trying to report my daughter's abuse. There was a con there. I just left Walmart. They sold me this defective bag. Police came and interrupted me trying to return the bag that I had just purchased, just defective. Each environment, you guys are committing crimes to keep me in abuse. I just got off the bus. She swerved towards traffic to help me move, try to help me stumble on the bus. Now I'm being stopped, and they know if I'm here to see someone or not. I do need medical treatment, and I have been deprived of it. So I believe
You want to check in?
Well, I kind of wanted to, not have so much attention in every environment. Can I use the bathroom and then I leave, or am I going to be deprived of the right to use the bathroom since you don't want me waiting on my premises?
You'd like to use the restroom and leave, and you're doing it.
Right, but no charging the devices, no using the Wi-Fi to get in a safe environment because you interrupted me in one safe place and detained me on false
I did
information.
not do that.
The Keyana County Police Department did,
I'm not
and I have it recorded. Well, you are interrupting me charging my devices, so because when I leave here, I'm going to get bullied and violated.
Yes.
So I need to charge my devices to be in safety and wait on my friend.
Yeah, right.
So the police department, I can't. You keep showing up everywhere.
I'm not showing.
The police department, they showed up at Walmart, they showed up at one safe place, they showed up at one CPS. So I can't stop the police from showing up and looking citizens commit crimes so they don't ever get the felony charges they racked up here. See, the police department is behind my view. So they enlist all these locations. They stop me and listen to me. Well, I'm reporting. Can I report the theft? Because they just detained me on a false mental illness claim. It happened when they detained me on a false mental illness claim at JPS. And then they forced you to dress out. Then they would not give me my new clothes. Can I report that theft?
On Sourton?
I don't know. I'm not from here. All I know is I was trying to get in a safe environment. Police interrupted it. We lied on me and detained me for false mental illness claim. And then they just set me up at Walmart just a few minutes ago. Now you're here with a phone.
Would you like the safe environment to charge your phone?
It won't exist. Because I went through this for years.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is that at?
It's right outside that door.
Oh, I have to be in the code and charge it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, can I use the bathroom before not? Because I just want to get a rest because this happens all day.
If you would like to use the restroom,
Okay. But no charging my phone, period. To get out of this.
Right outside.
But I don't. I told you I was waiting on a friend out of you to single me out with all these
You
people.
can wait out there for your friend.
There's a lot of people here with couples, and
they're all checked in.
both parties been checked in. There's more than one person here. I mean, I don't like to be singled out all this time for years, for 5 years.
Where's your person that's checked in that's supposed to be ready?
I just was told to wait here. His name's Reginald. But I just don't understand why people premeditate my movements and already know my business before I even tell them.
Can you get a hold of Reginald?
I just was told to wait here. I
told
mean,
you?
Reginald. That's all I know. And I just was waiting on Reginald and trying to be in a safe environment, take the rest from
Reginald's
the
in
last
the urgent
time.
care?
That's what I thought. That's why I'm waiting here.
Urgent care is across the street.
Well, this is where I thought I was supposed to be meeting Reginald.
Okay.
But I just don't understand why law enforcement and why my environments are controlled. Like I said, a bus driver just drove into traffic. Then I got set up at Walmart, CPS, and one safe place. I think this is the problem right here. And he's enlisting people to commit crimes. I think this is the problem right here.
Okay.
That he's enlisting citizens to commit crimes. They stop in the street and violate, and then they enlist my location. I know. I had 16 false arrests. I had 16 false arrests. 16 false arrests, sir. I already been there, done it. This will be the 17th. I can't use the bathroom now because I accommodated you guys. I'm creating a disturbance. This is the problem right here. He's lying
Right
now.
now, I'm going to ask you to leave.
They don't want me to use the bathroom because I'm reporting their felonies. I'm leaving, sir. This will be the 17th false arrest. I know you have assaulted and violated me at a domestic violence support group.
Please leave.
And still free. I just want to be safe and get my items.
I'm standing right here.
Yeah, these are the bullies right here for profit. You're seeing it. All these people are witnessing it. Well, I know the people that sit next to me won't witness anything. They're paid to do it most of the time. Time I put the device down, they'll set up a false arrest. Look at this. What's your badge number? Bus is late, and this is who's here. They need time to set up crimes where I'm going. They're remotely controlling my phone and viewing what I can view where I'm going.
Right there.
This is the time right here, and I was supposed to be leaving, actually be there at 12:28,
Let me set this up right.
according to these directions. Oh, well, I guess you're late because I've been out there like almost 30 minutes.
Yes, I am late.
Okay. Oh, it's not telling us where the what stops we're at. Can you tell me where Hemphill and Oleander is? Because it's not working properly to let me know what stops.
Houston and 9.
Okay, I just you passed bus stops and I'm just now hearing it. Okay, as long as it's working. So you're saying that it's no stop at Hemphill and Oleander? Because they printed out a street. We're saying that there's a stop at that location. I'm sorry, sir. Bus driver.
Houston is 11.
Hemphill and Oleander, the stop. Can you let me know where it is? Okay, thank you. Okay, well if it announces it, then that's good.
Houston and 4.
They arrested me trying to get, I don't know what's going on with the CPS case, they won't tell me about it, and I keep reporting crimes to CPS, and I have the information that I was contacting CPS and they won't take the report. I wrote them in jail and I have that information in the lady's name, and she would not take the report of the crimes that were happening at CPS.
So you said, who's the person involved? Is it your husband?
It's a person, a stalker that I met on Outline. His name is Jason Gardner.
Okay. Carter?
Gardner, Gardner. Gardner.
Hannah Stafford?
No, once again, I was at CPS. Let me give you the information so you can see it. Hold on. Okay, so right here, you can see this arrest. Right here is at CPS. They came in and gave me a criminal trespass at CPS. And then when I was in jail, they withheld all programs, and that's what that's about.
Where were you when they said that you were criminally trespassing?
That's CPS, that's that location.
Oh, okay.
So here this is where they withheld programs, so re-entry programs so I can get housed and all kind of other things. And then lied about it. They wouldn't take reports of abuse I experienced in jail. They had me in maximum security and isolated me. They wouldn't let me go out to rec and be around other inmates.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were scamming with inmates I got threatened in jail, and guards covered for it. I would tell people about my abuse, and then they called security, and then guards would tell me, don't talk about it. So this is where it says, let me give you the multiple different, see, these are all the court dates that I couldn't go to. I don't know what happened when I got out of jail. I barely knew because I couldn't go to court.
Okay, and who has your daughter right now?
She's with her dad on false pretenses. I had a false arrest in Itasca. April 28th of 2018, she witnessed my false arrest, framing and terror, and they've been scamming ever since, so they arrested me at CPS to enforce it.
Okay.
So I just got out of jail the other day, and I've been terrorized. Police have came to interrupt me at hotel stays, 2 of them. I had paid for a hotel room at Holiday Inn Express, and was afraid, terrified for my life, and they would not honor the hotel stay that I paid for.
Okay.
So I have to call and try to get credit because I paid for a hotel room that they would not let me get.
Did they refund you?
No. I did it online. I have a confirmation number and everything. And I have a video where they wouldn't let me check out the hotel room. I prearranged and booked it online.
And why did you go to CPS? Did you speak about your daughter's case? Did you miss those court dates?
No, I'm not. The corruption's happening?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just want to talk about that, okay?
Yeah, because I got to report the child abuse because they've been committing crimes ever since. And, and then right here, I get gang stalked. And police won't do law enforcement. So the gang stalker would come all times of the night and spray ammonia around my tent, and my lungs would burn.
Mm-hmm.
And then he pulled a gun on me and pulled the trigger.
Oh.
Yeah, but thank God it didn't have bullets. The police wouldn't take the report. So then there was glass in front of my tent. There was a black widow spider placed in front of my tent. I got some new clothes. Someone came into my tent, sprayed ammonia on my tent, and they faded. I had earrings. Someone came in my tent, stole earrings, and they started all kind of petty thefts. And then they would even wear and use my things in front of me. And there was nothing I can do. But here's the police report where I was reporting that, and they really didn't investigate it. And this is the custody agreement. The dad made false statements to the family court. They enlisted him. He's like special needs for because he had a stroke.
Okay.
And he made false statements to the family court, and the family court won't do anything regarding the false statements made.
And is it the father that's abusing the child?
The stepmom had bruises on her September 24th, 2011. Then February of 2018, my daughter reported abuse. Then and again, April of 2022. The police department and CPS has covered for all of it.
Okay.
And then let me show you the letter from the CPS worker that I know too, that internal affairs to report all these crimes. The family court let this lady disappear, the CPS worker and other conspirators disappear that set up for my rights to get terminated out of malice. And I reported it to CPS when I was in jail, and they covered for it.
Let's have supervised visits.
I'm supposed to have access to full custody of my child, but they scammed, so I couldn't have the custody. So now that he has full custody, and they won't do law enforcement to keep my daughter safe. So they don't want me to have custody of my child for profit. So they won't take any interference with child custody crimes, which happens to be a state jail felony, and making false statements to a family court. They won't investigate it. And have even detained me and set me up trying to get access to my child. So they set up for supervised visits 2019, and no one will adhere to them, and it was 2023.
Okay.
So my kids are scared. I've been around my daughter average of like 3 hours for 5 years. My other son, my oldest son, probably an hour for like 5-6 years.
Okay.
And then my middle child, I've been around him maybe an hour or so. Because my son got hit with a car, and the police covered for it. He went outside briefly to take out the trash just for a few minutes, and it was a car waiting on him and hit him with a car. And he saw the police come and cover for him. Cover for that hit and run, and he was 15. So we all fear our safety. I've tried to get in witness protection and can't, and I've been trying to escape the abuse for like 5 years.
Okay. And what's happening currently with Jason?
He's setting all of it up. He's a gang stalker. Well, he's a stalker, and he's setting up for. He's the one that's setting it up.
Okay. Oh. When was the last contact you had with him?
I don't contact him. He has people contact me, like the police department come interrupt, like they just did last night. They stalk me, and they stalk me in a multitude of locations. And they break into my phone, cyber crimes. They have people threaten me, harass me. I've been ran off roads, trapped on trains, and all kinds of things. So I don't feel safe because I can't get law enforcement
Yeah.
because he's controlling them.
Okay. And you said you met him online?
Yeah, I believe that's where I met him, to my knowledge, and we. So I tried to get protection orders, and the police come there and pushing and shoving me at multiple different locations. So I was forced to live in a tent because I couldn't get help, afraid for my life. And you heard what happened in the tent community. He's spraying ammonia that could kill me. My face was broken out. People said, "You look sick, you don't look good." And I tried to get help on the Parkland van and couldn't. They schemed so I couldn't get medical treatment at a multitude of locations.
Okay. I can definitely give you places for medical treatment. Okay.
Mental?
Medical.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't hear you.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Do you need water or anything?
I would like a water and, shelter and like advocacy and support, because I fear my safety.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, thank you. Now this is how she said I can definitely get you medical treatment. All the things Chaos I reported, and that's the only thing that she's concerned about is the medical treatment. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, this way. Okay, so technically, since you have had no contact with Jason and you're not in a relationship with him, it's not what we serve. But I wanted to make sure I give you resources for legal, shelter, all of that stuff.
Oh, you designed coming to the Miami Services, ma'am, because out of this experience, I was assaulted and arrested at New Beginnings. And for 5 years, people have conned and schemed to deprive me of assistance. If the police are falsely arresting me and you're conning to keep me from getting services like they've done years, that's criminal. You said your name is Mackenzie?
Yeah.
And this is One Safe Haven?
No, this is One Safe Place.
One Safe Place.
Yeah.
Okay, so One Safe Haven is different.
Safe Haven is different, yeah.
Okay, so is there a particular reason why you won't advocate and get me in a safe environment?
So we only work with domestic violence victims.
That is, stalking is a form of domestic violence. And if police came in here and told you to conspire to keep me from my rights and keep me in abuse, that's a crime. And I've been stuck in a tent for like 5 years that people have been conning and scheming so to make it impossible for me to get help. I tried to get in witness protection, assaulted and arrested me at a domestic violence support group. And each year they have a con that is some particular place that I can never find to get help. I go to all these places and cons. I haven't got the help for 5 years. My life was in jeopardy, and I'm at a domestic violence location, and they sat there and looked at me get assaulted and arrested. You're conning me like they have for 5 years. I think the police came and told you not to give me services, and then you want to conspire with my abuse. I
don't work directly with police.
Well, you're not being honest. I'd like to speak with your supervisor, because if my life is in jeopardy, you have no right to turn me down. You didn't give me legal advocacy or any of that.
Well, I'm about to give you legal help.
Here at this
We don't
location.
provide any legal help.
You didn't give me a safe phone number, a phone that I could call that's safe. You didn't get me in a safe environment. You didn't contact police to get me in witness protection. You didn't do a protection
I'll
order.
give my supervisor.
You didn't get a protection order. You didn't do any of that. There's no computer in here. They put me in this room. No, a full-blown, well, they're never going to help me. No computer, no phone. This is a waiting area. They came outside in Irvin. Wouldn't even let me in the building at a domestic violence location. I sat at the bus stop for 3 hours. The bus never came. Then they conned that there's someone did a bomb threat at the school nearby, and that's why the bus shut down for 3 hours. Because I kept experiencing this chaos, I just went on to Louisiana to ask him personally. And that's what's on his YouTube channel. I mean, not YouTube, yeah, the YouTube channel. So this is my experience. How are you expectation to help someone and there's no phone or computer to help? It's a con, like it's been 5 years. So for 5 years, they all refer me to another location. 5 years. And the location that helps me, I haven't been able to find for 5 years. Every location wants to give you resources to the locations that will never help you. So what's supposed to be happening is she's supposed to be placing me in a safe environment, but they're told prearranged not to. I saw police flashing their badges and then threatening ID to enforce that these people commit these crimes at Parkland Hospital. They started bullying the employees at Parkland Hospital to commit crimes.
Jessica,
Okay.
I'm the advocacy coordinator here. Supervisor Mackenzie, should you like to speak to a supervisor?
Yeah, I want to be placed in a safe environment in this location. And for 5 years, Mosiak, I was arrested and assaulted at New Beginnings, and all these locations are common. I want to get help. I fear my safety.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to a computer. She didn't get me in a safe environment. She didn't call the police. She didn't do a safety plan. She didn't give me legal advocacy. She didn't give me a phone.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you for a second. So here at One Safe Place, we're a family justice center, so that means we connect clients to the services they need. We have a lot of partner agencies who we refer out to. We do not have a shelter in this location. We don't have a shelter through our agency at all. So that's not something we could provide for you right here and now.
We didn't get on the phone. We didn't get on the phone to do any of that. She didn't advocate for me. She didn't give me any information.
I'm going to backtrack a little
Okay.
bit. And so in order for us to do that, there would have to be an intimate partner who you've had an intimate relationship with, who has hurt you. And it sounds like this individual is harassing you online, correct?
Now, what constitutes for stalking? How do you qualify? Because I haven't qualified for 5 years.
So I'm not illegal.
Well, you're denying me services, so what?
I'm going to provide you with all the services that Mackenzie has gathered that we
But
have.
not refer me to someone else. I mean, the services that you offer here. This man, we had an online relationship. I met him
So
in
those
person.
are the services we offer here, and we can give you that. We can give you the safety plan that we provide.
And I would like to get on the phone and then get law enforcement. I would like to get on the phone and get to a computer and get advocacy.
Okay, so we don't have a computer that we can give to clients. Like,
So this is what do you do here?
So we, like I said, we serve victims of domestic violence.
Okay, so the only thing that you do is tell them to go somewhere else?
It depends on what services they're needing specifically. In terms of the services, it sounds like you're needing, which is legal for a stalking
I want to know
case.
what, because for 5 years, every location has come and told me to go to other locations and scheme to
So
violate my
this
rights.
isn't a shelter, so that's one
I
thing.
want to know what you offer here while I caught the bus here and it was not easy. So what do you offer here? Because 5 years people have conned me.
Yes.
Like I got assaulted at family, arrested and assaulted at New Beginnings.
And
In Plano, police came and interrupted.
And
But for right now,
yes,
what
and
can
I'm very
you
sorry that happened
what
to
can you do here, ma'am?
We provide referrals. And
So you're
resources.
denying me services. You don't want to provide me the services you offer, and you're saying
No, those are the services we offer, and these are the partners that we work with.
okay. So this is what do you do here?
We serve victims of domestic
And the only
violence.
thing that you do is have them go somewhere else with your services.
If shelter is what you're needing, then yes, that is who we refer to.
I don't know what you offer because you won't tell me. You're not advocating for me properly. It's like you're conspiring
Okay,
to
how do
violate
you
my
want me to
rights.
advocate for
I
you?
don't. I mean, I had to go through this 5 years. Why would you be dishonest? Why would you not help me?
Okay,
And I
so
feel
at
my
this
safety.
point, I don't know. So how would you like me to advocate for you? Why
Are
don't
you?
you tell me?
I don't understand, ma'am. Why you just won't be honest and loving and help me and support me and get out of the crisis.
This is the way we're trying to do that, ma'am. And
So you don't want me to know the services you offer here to advocate for me and help?
So these are the services we offer is by referring to our partner agencies, and listed here are a list of those who have better knowledge than
So we
do.
didn't call them, ma'am. I'm not in a safe environment, and I told her that at a hotel stay last night, police came and interrupted.
So because we
Can
are
we
not,
call the police right now and see if they can place me in a safe environment and
they
meet
can't.
witness?
They will not be able to do that. The
So
way,
what do you do? Can we get the FBI on the phone and have an agent come?
Actually, we literally cannot call the FBI.
Okay, so what can you do here
So,
while
okay,
we're
I'm
here?
going to stop you again, and I don't mean to keep interrupting. It sounds like what you're needing is a safe place to be. Is that the?
I want to know what you offer here because I caught the bus here and we are disregarding
not-
and excluding me
okay.
for services that you
So I'm
offer.
going to repeat myself one more time.
This is your advocate for women that are
and-
fleeing safety and you're being rude?
And I'm trying to help you find a safe place. That is my goal. We do not have a shelter here in which you can
But
stay.
you won't tell me what you do here and I'm here right now.
What we do is advocate to help get you into shelter, so that's what I'm trying to explain.
Okay, so
to you,
can we,
those
we can't go to a phone and then call these locations and make sure that I'm safe before I leave here so I don't get murdered when I leave? We can't do that in one safe haven? One safe place to make sure that I have a place to go before I leave?
You are more than welcome to call.
I want you to call. I don't have a safe phone. I don't have
We
any.
have a phone you can borrow to call.
I want
safe
advocacy
haven.
and love and support.
So
It's not just be told to call on my own.
Those are the options.
Okay, so
right
you
now.
won't let me you won't advocate for me and call and give me the safe environment. You're refusing that. You're refusing a safety plan. You're refusing a safe phone.
And I just
You're
told
refusing
you-
to do a police report with the police and get me in a safe environment.
Ma'am, I just told you the things that we're able to do. I can provide you with a phone to call Safe Haven.
I want an advocate and
And
a
then-
support system. Are you trained on how to help women get out of abuse?
Yes.
Okay, so what
And
month is,
So these are the things we can help you with.
so you don't want to help me and you give me information on your training. You're refusing to do that.
Okay. So obviously, no matter what I say, I don't think it's gonna help us right here. So I want to help you in the best way I can.
You're not helping me by giving me numbers and making me call on my own.
Well, that is what we can do in this moment right now. We can provide you with a safety planning document, but that is what we are able to do at this time. If there is something else I can do other than providing you with those resources, which is what we do here, because
You didn't tell me how to protect myself and not to get murdered on the way out when there's law enforcement.
We will provide you our safety plan.
You didn't tell me what do you do when government officials are involved and they hire every location you go to for 5 years to conspire with abuse and psychological torment.
that is above my capacity, so that is why we have.
Well, can we get someone on the phone because I've had to endure this 5 years?
I cannot call the FBI.
I
And
just don't know if you're an advocate why you're not giving me any avenue to escape abuse.
These are the avenues we have.
Okay, let's see what you have. Let's see
So
what you have.
this is
Can I
a
see it?
list,
Can I see it?
yes, of shelters in the area.
Okay.
Call Safe Haven if you would like to have a conversation with them.
Okay,
And
so
then we can grab you a safety planning document.
Union Gospel Mission. Is that a homeless shelter or?
Yeah, these are some homeless resources.
Okay, open door for women in need.
Okay, so Mackenzie, would you like us to explain what these are, or would you like to just do
Okay.
an overview?
MHMR. Homeless hotline. So this Safe Haven. Can you give me a printout of what you do so I know what you do here so that way I can utilize the services that you offer here? Union Gospel
We
Mission.
don't have a printout like that. We don't have like a service sheet.
You sure you're not calling me to conspiring to violate my rights?
Of course not, ma'am.
Because we haven't got the
Thank
safety
you.
plan and this doesn't make a lot of sense if
Can
I'm.
you give us a second so we can grab it for you? And then if you would like us to explain some of those things, and we can explain why.
Well, these are women in need and the open door for women in need. I mean, how do you get out of stocking? I haven't been able to get out of stocking for 5 years. What is because it's been a bottomless pit.
At the end of the day, unfortunately, the way that happens is to make police reports, which it sounds like.
Well, let's do that. Let's go ahead and call and do one.
We can't take a police report here on stalking. You would have to go to a police.
No, I want advocacy. There's
And I
police
can
accompaniment.
provide you with a
There's police accompaniment. Yeah, I'd like to do a protection order.
But because this person isn't an intimate partner,
It has. I have a stranger situation. I didn't tell you if it was an intimate partner. Did someone tell you that before I got here?
that it was a stranger online, correct?
No, I had a relationship with them and met him in person.
Okay, so I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
But these
so-
are the resources we can provide.
So now it has changed to, are you sure that you're not conning? Because you said that it was an intimate partner.
We do not con here, and I'm sorry if you feel that way, and I don't know how to explain it another
It's
way.
not really making sense because you said that
So
you
what
have to be
else do you
intimate
want
part.
from us other than what we can do here. We are not lawyers. We are not police officers. So that's why we work with agencies who help with those things. because-
Emergency shelter. So if I'm in a home, I just find out if you have skills and you're advocate on who can help because I haven't found
Our
anyone.
skills is connecting people with the resources.
Oh yeah, these are homeless shelters. They
Not only
can.
homeless shelters. They can also help you with. Mackenzie mentioned that you have been recently incarcerated. These are agencies that help women get into stable housing.
But I did tell her that I was mistreated in jail, didn't go to court, my life is in jeopardy, that was a hit and run, I'm not safe. But you wanted me to go to a homeless shelter, and those aren't safe.
So it sounds like that's where then we can call the only domestic violence shelter in Tarrant County is Safe Haven, and we can give you the phone and sit in here with you while you call them.
I don't understand why you won't advocate for me, why I go to Metro PCS and then they play the games. I would like you to help me get them on the phone and then give me the information that's needed for me to get in a safe environment and not just force me to do my help myself. And I mean, they do it at Metro.
I don't know
PCS from my phone
I don't know
service.
what everyone's eligibility requirements are, so I cannot.
Well, just the support system. See, you know the number 2 reasons women stay in abuse? They don't have a support system. And if you're a bully, you can control the
And so
support system.
very-
If I can talk, because this is not appropriate, ma'am, if I'm in a crisis, emergency crisis, and you won't let me be able to communicate and be loving and compassionate. I did read online that is a requirement for these organizations and not be condescending and abusive. So the number 1 reasons that women stay in abuse is because they don't have a support system and shelter. So if you're a toxic abuser and you enlist the government, you'll make sure that party never gets that. So it can be 5 years and then they still stay tortured and abused. So you can have those environments, bully that person, mistreat them, and then con that it's a bottomless pit where they can't escape abuse for years. Then they have no love and compassion for your child getting hit with a car, someone waiting on it. That they sit and let the police violate you and arrest you at attending a domestic violence support group. Just sit there at a domestic violence organization. Just sit there and watch it. So then now, for 5 years, it is impossible for me to make anyone see that I have value and my children, that we don't need it. So then, because they're enlisted in abuse, they want me to call on the phone and not be supportive, because that's sadistic. That's not what advocates that are loving and compassionate do. It's a trying situation to be terrorized by the government and for them to list every environment to trying to check out a hotel room to conspire with their abuse.
Okay.
That's very traumatic.
It is traumatic, and I'm sorry you're going through
But
this.
you're trained and you're advocate, and I like solutions, and your best solution was for me to go to homeless shelters. And then you did not want to advocate for me and make sure that these people are doing their due diligence or their responsibility in placing me in a safe environment.
Again, so we have a certain capacity of what we're able to do.
But your advocate, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, if you're advocate, I would like to request to be placed in a safe environment and for us to call around. So you want me to force me to call on the phone by myself and not advocate and get support?
We can bring you a phone in here and sit in here while you
Okay,
call.
then let's do that.
And we can do, and we'll call Safe Haven because that's
But there's no computer system and no getting around.
not
So we,
here. So the way we connect you to those services is finding locations that have those.
okay,
But
so if we
here,
find a safe
do
haven,
have-
do you give me transportation to there, or do I have to sign for it on my own and get murdered on the way out, or do you
Okay,
give me
we're
anything?
going. Let's start with one thing at a time.
But I don't know what you offer here because you won't tell me. If they
Safe
give,
Haven typically provides transportation for people who get accepted into their shelters.
why wouldn't they? If my life is in
It's not
jeopardy, are they
there,
scamming so I don't get shelter?
I mean, it's a different agency. They don't work here.
But I mean, if it's 5 years, you can't get out of abuse.
What we can do today for you is to sit here while you call them, and I can even call on my phone and say, hey, this is Jessica, I'm at one safe place.
Right, and this lady hasn't been able to escape for these 5 years, was assaulted and arrested at
I'm
New
just-
Beginning.
they don't
I want to
really-
advocate for her and be loving and do my
They
job.
don't really care about me saying that. They want to hear that from you.
Ever since I got in this, no one cares.
So
But let's go ahead and see how it goes. I can't get advocacy.
that's what we can do today. And after that, our hands are tied because we do not have a facility here for you to stay in. So
But I mean, I don't know. You won't tell me what you do here. But let's go ahead and start with that. You gave me the
So
number of the
we'll start with
shelters.
that, and then after that, ma'am, I don't think there's anything else we would be able to do.
You won't do anything. But we'll go ahead and do the phone. You're not tell. You don't want me to know what you
I will
offer.
do that.
Okay.
And then-
Yeah. If you don't want you denying services, then I can't stop
Okay,
you.
I'm sorry you feel that way. So, but if you'd like me to help you with that part, I will.
Okay.
And then I will grab our safety plan, and we will do that. Okay.
Okay. So what you're willing to offer is to get them on the phone, and then I tell them what's going on, and
See if they have.
and then we do a
capacity.
safety plan.
And yeah.
But in this, you don't give hotel stays. Get them a
No,
direction. No safe phone. No legal aid. The only thing you do is
We do have. We do.
I mean, in-house?
No.
because all the legal aid locations deny me of services. I did inform her that there was
And
child
that's who
abuse.
we work with.
If someone's telling you to do this, they're criminals. There's hit and runs. These people are
So
sick
will
and
you,
sadistic.
do me a favor.
They're sick. These are
Grab
con
the
artists.
safety
You report
plan
it.
and the phone,
They're
and
enlisting
call
people to
and
commit
then,
crimes. And they're abusive and they possibly murderers.
And then we have other agents. Alexa can do it if you're not available. So that's what we can do here, and I'm sorry if that is not ideal of what you want from us, but that's the capacity we have at this time.
Well, I just wanted a safety plan, and for
And
the
that's what
bottomless
we're
pit for 5 years to escape abuse, and then
And
you
so
gave me
where
homeless
have
shelters.
Where have you been staying?
I've been in jail on false charges, which was what I was trying to communicate, and bullied and violated in jail and couldn't go to court. I just got out the jail February 8th, yesterday, and then police came in at 2 different locations so I couldn't get shelter. I stayed at a hotel room, the 3rd one. I've already paid for a hotel room, and then police came and interrupted me from having that hotel stay.
One of the things that Safe Haven is going to ask, this is the domestic violence shelter, right, who we're going to call?
Which we've already established that I am imminent danger.
And I'm just letting you know that's something that they might ask. And so to let them know kind of what you shared with me, and then they will make a determination of whether or not they might not even have room,
So is that positive? So is it for 5 years? It's impossible they don't have rooms and domestic
Do
advocates?
you want me to call them?
I guess. I don't know why you're depriving me of being a support system, loving, compassionate, and optimistic. Because 5 years I haven't been able to get it for some
Okay,
reason.
so we'll do this. We'll see if that's an option. If not, these are the other options.
The
we
homeless
have.
shelters.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I know isn't ideal, but that's what we have to offer. Okay.
So let me
Unless
get.
you have a friend or family member you can stay with.
Okay, let's go ahead and call and see, and maybe people will just rack up the felonies for these crimes. Because conspiracy to violate rights is a crime.
Okay.
So hopefully they'll get these charges, and then
Keyana,
coming on property and then
Keyana,
listing businesses to commit
How do you
crimes.
spell your name?
Okay, so you don't know how to put the speaker on that phone, and we can't talk to them together as a
So
team.
these are the things we're able to do, and I'm doing my best to do them.
Okay.
So what?
Speaker's hard at hotel rooms too. Okay, but you don't actually set up a safety plan because I haven't never had anyone authentically try to help me and set up a safety plan. So you didn't tell me of what location I need to go to report the stalking and get because the government officials are doing anything.
I'm not gonna lie, we gotta do one step at a time. This is step one.
Yeah, so for 5 years I haven't been able to get people to do the safety plans.
And that sounds very frustrating. And so this
And
is
then
step
I
one.
asked for domestic violence help. We didn't try to get the DOJ on the line or someone to give me a witness
Those are
protection.
things that are
Well, let's call the police. Let's call the police.
Again, we cannot do that, ma'am. There is a police station across the street.
So let me make sure I understand. So you at the safe haven, one safe place, we can't call the police and get have them make sure that they put me in a safe environment. Huh? This is curious.
Do you want me to give you that information though?
What information?
Where the police station is?
No, I don't have advocacy. I don't have the right to advocacy. Police are my abusers, and all the advocates commit crimes with them, to the degree to where they look at them, assault me, and arrest me, and cover for it. When they interrupted me getting advocacy in Plano, all the advocates are
So
commoners.
let's wait till and then you can speak to this individual to see if they have capacity at their shelter. If not, we've talked about the options of where you can go.
I just don't understand why people repetitively for 5 years commit crimes and lie to me. That's not true. You're being dishonest. Your responsibility is to give me a safe environment. And not
It
this.
sounds like there's not much else I can say or do to help in this moment other than
And then to give me homeless shelters, and my life is in jeopardy, and disregard my son's value as well as my own and my daughter's. We didn't call CPS.
Where are your kids?
Would not report child abuse. They're with the dad. The dad committed crimes to keep me away from my daughter, and there's suspected child abuse in this environment. See, I gave her the letter with CPS covered for the child abuse.
And so that is a CPS matter. Unfortunately, that's why they're in place.
But I mean, if you're denying me advocacy and that's your job responsibility, that's your responsibility not to not commit crimes and conspire with abuse. You have responsibilities if you hear suspected child abuse to do something and not cover for it. And I've had to endure this chaos 5 years. That's why I had to live in a tent. Every location was conspiring with crimes to the side of me getting assaulted and arrested in front of
Why are
them.
you living in a tent?
Well, I came here to not get murdered and transit. Do you mean like a safe environment and then get my own place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in that because they keep arresting me so I don't have my own apartment.
Yeah. So 2 of the things we wrote on there are specific for individuals
I want advocacy.
who are
Yeah, because like I said, the support system. Are you wanting? Okay. You have to give me a time limit to get in a safe environment. You have other people that you have to help, and I can't get in a safe environment.
No, but I do have a.
All of play places give me time limits, and I don't get services.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I do have a meeting in 5 minutes that I cannot miss.
So you can help me get in a safe environment, right? Do you treat all the women like this?
So we can call back Safe Haven.
Okay. Because I mean, everyone has something they have to do, leaving me in danger for 5 years.
Okay, so again.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
You did it.
Very good. Hello.
What's your name?
Can you hear me? What's your name?
Kerrigan?
Okay, and your position?
I'm a resident advocate.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm trying to get into domestic. I just got released on false charges. I've had 15 false arrests, and I'm afraid for my life, and they gave me a lot of homeless shelters. I can't get in a safe environment, and I haven't been able to escape abuse for years. I showed them information of a gang stalker where I had to live in a tent area because I kept getting blacklisted from all help and services. And I showed her where glass was placed up under the tent. I did a report. They were spraying ammonia. They put a black widow spider in my tent. I had a lot of petty thefts, and I can't get law enforcement.
So, ma'am, remember that this is for...
I'm sorry, I'm talking to her, ma'am. Please, you press for time. So I don't know how to get help if, all these places are conspiring with abuse. I was assaulted and arrested at New Beginnings. Police came and interrupted me getting abuse, helped getting out of my abuse, and assaulted me and arrested me in front of the domestic violence location in Garland, Texas.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Can we just start with your name though? I just need some general information.
Yes, my name's Keyana Clark.
Can you spell it for me just to make sure I'm spelling it correctly?
Yes, it's
Can you try to talk just a little slower? And just tell me on what has you seeking shelter. And you said you are trying to leave one safe place currently.
They won't help me here. They're referring each place I go to for years refers me into another location. So there's a blacklist of black pit of never getting help. They want me to go to homeless shelters to keep me in jeopardy at this location. She's not being honest, and I can't get law enforcement to do anything about these crimes that I've had to endure years. She don't want me to know what they do here. She's, like I said, she's covering for it. So I would like to be placed in a safe environment and get advocacy where people authentically want to see me safe and not con and leave me in jeopardy as they've done 5 years.
Okay, so when was the most recent incident that took place that's bringing you into shelter?
It was yesterday. I went to 2 different locations and the police came conning, giving me criminal trespasses. They had Metro PCS try to set me up and say I was mentally ill because they cut my phone off and would not let me regain this phone number. There's cons and crimes going on with my phone service. So the lady stopped me at Metro PCS, went to Panda Express with me, and to Walmart. I called 911 and tried to record her. 911 covered for it. Because stalking is a crime. They played games at Metro PCS, and then she stalked me and left in her store and followed me to 2 different locations. Then I went to try to get a room at Hampton Inn Suites. They conned, so I couldn't stay there. I went to Holiday Inn Express, paid for a hotel room online, and then they conned to not give me that hotel stay that I paid for in advance. And I never got the hotel room and still have paid for it and don't have a refund. That was yesterday. Then I saw police at multiple different locations. They openly stalked me, and they go to all locations that I try to get help and enforce their abuse and tell those locations to not give me help to escape their abuse, forcing me to have to live in a tent. In jail, I was mistreated, violated. There's child abuse involved, and all these conspirators have me called counterfeits and people that will say they're lying, say they're full for 5 years and not give me any support or advocacy. I don't understand why she knows my life is in jeopardy, why we didn't call the police, why she did not get me, someone in person to do a police report, and why she gave me homeless shelters. But I mean, as for what you can do, she's denying services here, and conspiracy to violate rights is a crime.
Okay. I'm very sorry to hear that. I do apologize that you're experiencing all of that. The incident, have you been in a domestic violence incident with an intimate partner?
Well, when they're stalking, yes. When there's a stalking, they can hire people to do it. So the normal protocol is if someone is stalking you, period, even if it is the police, it's still like a domestic violence partner abuse situation. But for years, people have conned and tried to find catch-22s to deprive me of services. Any kind of way possible.
Okay, I see. Okay, can you give me one moment, please? I'm sorry.
Sure. Once again, who told you that it was an intimate partner? Who told you that?
No, I'm saying that's what...
Who told you that it was not? I'm just trying to figure out who you talked to already to keep saying that it has to be an intimate partner. I did not say that it wasn't. I met this person.
I know, I understand that. It's just what I'm hearing from you.
Once again, I didn't tell you that. So is it that I should qualify?
Okay. So let's see what they say, and then we'll go.
Yeah, if someone told you that it was an intimate partner, that's not acceptable for them to prearrange that you deny me services and scheming. I never said that it wasn't an
You know
intimate
what,
partner.
Keyana, I don't think anything I can do for you today is going to be enough.
I don't know. I get gaslit, man.
So this is what we can provide, and then once we hang up the phone this evening, hopefully they can help you.
Let's see, man. Let's see, because I want to address why you keep saying it's not an intimate partner. Who told you that?
It's what I'm hearing from you. I haven't.
Well, here once again, that you don't have all the accurate information. I've already stated this to you. I'm not being heard.
Let's see what they say.
And you want, okay, let me make sure I understand. So you wanted me to call someone that you were going to know knew that was going to deny services?
No, I'm trying to help you.
You just said that it had to be an intimate partner, and I told you who told you that it wasn't, and then you said that they probably won't help because it has to be an intimate partner. So that meant that we spent all this time calling people that you knew wouldn't help us.
It needs to be an intimate partner who has put you in imminent danger. An intimate partner can put you in imminent danger. Yours would
Yeah, if I had a false arrest and there's a hit and
That's
run.
what I'm just trying to explain what they're looking for.
Okay, yeah, when we have that. As an advocate, you should be aware of that, right?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've been talking for this.
Yeah, because it's more like you're conspiring with it, not helping me. And that is a crime. So if I
That
conspire,
you feel that way.
well, you're not helping me, man, and you're not being honest about the services you offer. Do you have Wi-Fi? And then I can check out your site and see what it says that you offer on there since you won't tell me.
We're not going to be able to do that right now. Let's go.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I apologize. My partner had to go deal with an emergency in the shelter, so I'm gonna take over your assessment from here. So can you tell me exactly why you're seeking shelter right now?
Okay, so this would be my third time repeating to myself, to you. Can you talk to the advocate and can you handle the emergency? Can I just come in? Can you have them give me a bus pass or set up for me to come in person, and then we can talk?
I cannot. So we have to do an assessment over the phone.
I'd like to come
My
in
partner
person.
is in
I'd like to be placed in a safe environment and come over there and talk to someone in person.
Okay, so
So can
the
you have
shelter
them
is
give
at
me a bus
non-disclosed
pass
location.
or set up an Uber so I can get there?
We cannot. So I have to do an assessment over the phone to see if we're able
Okay,
to
what is this I called?
exactly what the situation is.
What's this I called?
What organization do I work with? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
This is Safe Haven of Tarrant County.
So Safe Haven of Tarrant County don't want me to come there in person and talk to you and get escape abuse.
We are not allowed to bring clients directly to the shelter to do an assessment because it compromises the clients that are already here, their safety. So we have the shelter at a non-disclosed location. We do have outreach offices if you prefer to talk to somebody.
Yeah, I'd like to have an Uber come pick me up and I can go to that location to be placed in a safe environment. Or get a bus pass so I can go to that location and be get the this is a domestic violence crisis. And for 5 years no one has been able to do, and they had emergencies at Salvation Army in Tyler and had to leave. In a multitude of locations they had to leave me, escape, begging for my life and leave in emergencies during my situation. So I just like to come and talk to you in person, and I don't understand why you're depriving me of an Uber or bus pass or any kind of avenue to get there and talk to you in person and be safe.
Because unfortunately, it's not a service that we offer.
It used to be. When it stopped? When did it stop? When did people stop being considerate for women that are in danger, in imminent danger?
As far as I'm aware, we have never provided bus passes for clients not inside the shelter.
You do provide help to get to the safe locations in the shelters if you're not scheming so that person don't get help. I'm not safe. They commit crimes on buses, and I get. Are you gonna help me here to get to safe haven? Okay, she's not helping here, but I want to talk to you to get to the safe location.
I'm more than happy to take information over the phone.
I don't want that. I want to meet in person. I want to meet in person. I like to get that way. I know that I'll get placed in a safe environment because I haven't for 5 years.
Okay, I'm more than happy to direct you to our outreach office where you can speak to someone in person. But the shelter.
Yeah, that's what I want. The outreach office, and then we can get on the phone, and then maybe so I won't have to spend another 5 years for this bottomless pit to never get help and schemes, catch-22s. So if I can get to that location, and then maybe we can just keep going. Maybe there's a hotel room they can put me in, or find someone on the planet that they haven't been able to find for 5 years, to where I don't have to live in the street, afraid for my life.
I think she's trying to get your address.
Ma'am, she's interrupting again. She doesn't want me to get help. She's covering for abuse and gave me homeless shelters. But what I want to do is get an avenue to be able to get there safely, so I don't have to keep traveling on a bus. My life is in danger.
Your options with you.
I would like to get to a safe environment. I would like to have an Uber pick me up so I don't have to be terrorized on leaving and get stopped by police like I normally do. So I'd like for you to set up an Uber, or for me to get to that location, from this one domestic violence location to another one, so I don't have to be terrorized when I leave like I normally have been for years.
I cannot order you transportation at this time. That's not a service that we offer. What I can offer you is I can get some information and kind of give you a referral from there, but at this point I have no information to go off of.
Because used to be, if you needed to be in a safe environment, they called you help and got you transportation. Now they don't.
Okay. That is not a service that we offer. We do.
Okay, well then there's people that do provide that service. There's a company that used to help people get to one safe location to another. Can you call around and figure out what location that is?
That is a company called Families to Freedom. They do require that you have a spot saved before they will transport you. And in order to save your spot, most places have to complete an assessment. We are one of the agencies that requires an assessment. So if you'd like to complete an assessment, it would have to be done over the phone, and I kind of have to see the situation based on the information.
Okay, so what happens for years is the government has con artists set up on the phone. So they let the con artists on the phone take the fall for the crimes they're committing. These are really bad people, trust me. So what they're doing is they have already defrauded me out of funds, so they con, knowing full-blown, well, no one would believe the scheme, that the only way on this planet for years that you can do anything is on the phone, forcing me to speak with their con artists. Because on the phone, you can't see who's committing the crime. In person, you can. So the con is that you can only handle business for 5 years, so the criminal on the phone don't get the charges for the crime they're committing, because this is criminal. So you have to handle it on the phone so you don't have evidence of my felonies I racked up for years. So now with the con for years is that only thing that you can do is call on the phone to get denied services for 5 years. So I'll come in person because I want people to start racking up these felony charges. I saw the police bullying Parkland staff to commit crimes. People are forgetting that these are felonies that are racked up. To believe someone in abuse and then con for 5 years to keep them in danger?
A screening in person. For our agency, the only way that I can screen you for shelter is
there's a place that you can go in person, but you don't want me to go?
I don't know if it's a different agency where I don't know what their policies are.
No,
our
for your
agency in
safe haven,
particular.
there's a location that helps, and then there's a location for shelter. So with your con now, there's no way I can go in person to talk to
You
anyone
are more
to get
than
resources.
welcome to go to the outreach center, but they do not screen clients for shelter at the outreach
Right,
center.
but I mean, I should be able, if I have the
Management.
outreach center, it shouldn't be impossible for them to call and get someone to help me get shelter if they're not committing crimes. I mean, people need to rack
So
up the
even if you
felonies.
go
I
to
mean,
the
we're
outreach
forcing
center
people to
for
call
safe
criminals
haven.
on their phone. Who am I giving my information to? Who am I giving my information year after year? They even had me give social security numbers out.
Okay.
So anyway, I'll go in person, but you're
If that's
saying in your
what you'd
con,
like.
there's no way I can get Uber or any kind of shelter to get, any kind of avenue to get to that location. I have to get on the bus and then wait, have to endure other cons before I can get help. Is that what you're saying?
I can provide you with resources if that's what you'd like, but that's the only thing I'm going to be able to assist you with right now. So would you like some resources for
Look, I'm
shelter in the area?
asking if I just want to make sure it's correct that you're depriving me of any Uber or any resolution to get a ride there or to get in a safe environment. So then I have to travel on the bus.
At this point,
Or
we're gonna have to cut this conversation.
She-
Okay?
you can't help because I'm in danger. And I can't get help. Everyone has apartment appointments for 5 years, leaving me in jeopardy.
We're both trying to help you right now, but neither Safe Haven nor
I thought that your responsibility was to let someone get out of jail, that save their life, and not go to other apartments that interrupt them saving their. This is the woman that's doing it right here. These are the people that's committing the crimes. I don't know if she really works
So
here.
Keyana, at this point, I don't think there's anything we can do to help you in this moment. So if you
This
can
right
please hand
here.
me the phone, and we're gonna end the conversation. Okay?
You didn't do anything to help. That's why I'm recording you.
Thank you.
This is the other lady. They've been doing this years.
Okay,
And then she
so-
gave me referrals to homeless shelters.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I know you gotta see it to believe it. It's not funny. It's sick.
Okay.
I don't know if she's saying she's a CIA or who she is.
We can in this moment to help you. So
Can you help me? I'm trying to escape a domestic violence situation that the government's involved in.
These individuals-
Let me give you my YouTube channel, Keyana, Keyana Clark, Clark, Peace. And what the government does is they send people out to bully me and mistreat me. There's child abuse involved. My son had a hit and run. I'm in danger. And I was assaulted and arrested at New Beginnings in Garland, Texas. So these people are dangerous and corrupt. They've been torturing me. I had someone pulled a gun on me, put it up to my head, and pulled the trigger, and police would not do an investigation.
want to follow her?
So this is not normal behavior for all these people to think that it's funny and keep me from being safe. This dude's setting it up.
Hello, ma'am. What's going on?
For years, I've been trying to get out of a domestic abuse situation, and these people cover for my abuse.
Okay, come talk to me.
And I think that you guys are behind it, and then you're prearranged and prepared to enforce crimes that you set up.
So,
What's your badge number?
3952, Corporal Yates.
Yeah, so I can't get in witness protection. I told
Come
them
over here and
that.
talk to me.
I can't get in witness protection. I was assaulted and arrested at New Beginnings in Garland, and I think that you guys, Keyana, Keyana, Clark, Clark.
Can you repeat what you said?
They interrupted me at hotel stays yesterday.
Yeah,
I couldn't go to
220.
court,
I get another unit downstairs.
so now they have to. What he's trying to set me up.
I'm trying to set you up for what?
No, I told you guys that I was fleeing for my life in the domestic violence crisis. Everyone that I've talked to would not really help me. So I was wanting to know if you could take me somewhere tomorrow. Because I talked to Deacon Ricky, wouldn't want to help me. I talked to the pastor's wife, and she would not give. She said she had some things that people that she knew that had. I'm sorry, I'm a little frazzled. I've been through a lot today. So she said she had some resources and references. Then wouldn't give them to me. And then, I told you that I was fearful, and for a while it hurt my feelings when you wouldn't call me back because all the other church members did it. When I said I feared my life and talked about the child abuse, they wouldn't respond. And it made me feel like in that church I didn't have value. So if they didn't care with me fleeing for my life and my child, why would I want to go to a church like that? But anyway, so I didn't know what was going on with you because you didn't respond back for like a week or two after I told you I needed someone to talk to because I was afraid. But do you mind helping me?
Okay, thank God I work.
Period. You
I
didn't.
said, I have to work.
Right.
What time you trying to go somewhere?
I mean, your availability. I do know you work. So when,
I'm saying, I don't know what time or when you talking about. You said tomorrow.
yeah, your availability when you can, and I'm in a dangerous situation.
I mean, you know you got to be in the evening time.
Okay.
You might have to go somewhere. I don't know what time you got to be when you trying to go.
I just want to know what time you be available, and then I can work around you.
Okay. I'm just getting home now. Just getting out the shower.
You don't know any loving person from the church that will help a person fighting for their life at church? No one?
I ain't got nothing to do with them.
If you're a church member and you don't think no one would?
I have been to church in about 3 months or so.
Oh, well, I don't know, because I've had to, I've been into the church that I don't understand why I've been through so many churches and why they all keep me in abuse by depriving me of the services they give everyone else. So, I reached out to the church and I said that I want loving, supportive people, and then they were busy for a long time, so that's why I went to somewhere else. But here's a pattern that I keep experiencing. You remember the photo I told you about, how I painted the picture? At the Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship? How I sent you the picture?
Yeah.
Okay, they stopped doing that. I told you that I really liked it in the Zumba classes, in the fellowship. They stopped doing it. Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship. At least they told me. They said that they had budget cuts. And they stopped the artwork. That's Tony Evans. How have you been doing it years? And then when I came there, I told you, I sent you a picture showing how I love that artwork and how the community that they had at this church and fellowship. They stopped it. Yeah, they stopped the artwork. They said they couldn't do it again for budget cuts and the Zumba classes. But nonetheless, so this is the time that you'd be available if you did help?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I get out of work, I get to work 6 o'clock in the morning, And when I get up, I just kind of, it loves, normally be a little early, eventually have a meeting. I'm not kind of hung around with the fellows a little bit.
I don't know what time you would, you'd be available. Do you want to give me exact time?
It'll be like, I know it'll be like about 7 o'clock or something. My baby's just out of town.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming out there, so I'll be out there at the airport.
Okay, so it'd be about 7.
Yeah, about 7, 7:30, about 7, something like that.
Okay, and you don't know anyone at the church? I know that you haven't been there, but you've been attending it a long time. Why would they leave me in abuse like this and not want to help me at so many churches?
I don't see why. The main person that I won't say, and that's the person that help everybody, they can reach it.
But I mean, why would a pastor and his wife not aid and someone, a member, fleeing for their life?
I don't know that, because you see how many pastors have words. Now, I know Sister West, if I call her something, she'll listen to me and talk to me and stuff like that.
Well, can you see if I'm fleeing for my life in a domestic violence crisis, if she could possibly help, knowing that I've been a member there?
I ain't never seen her do that negative to us personally.
I'm just saying, since I'm in a domestic violence crisis and you get off late, and you heard what I've experienced, can possibly you call her and see if she don't mind helping me since you work so late?
I can do it, but my thing is, what have y'all had some words or something?
No, I don't have words with anyone. I'm fleeing a domestic violence crisis and get bullied and violated for trying to leave it at a multitude of locations. I haven't had words with her. Maybe if it's words there or something that was said, it was said when I wasn't present. I get lied and slandered on all over the place. I heard that she had a problem with me recording something I didn't record. So someone's controlling my devices and keeping me from doing uploads, and informed her of something that I was going to record but didn't. So she's psychic and knew I was going to record something, but she hung up before she could respond. So someone who's controlling my devices called Sister West and told her I was going to record her, but I didn't. So she told Deacon Ricky that something happened when I recorded her, but I didn't record it. This has happened before. So that's evidence that someone's controlling my device and then controlling my environments, because they told her that I recorded when I didn't. But I was going to.
Yeah, that's something like what I heard, something, but...
Right, so here's the problem. Why would it be so serious if I recorded her fleeing a domestic violence crisis?
I know, that's something I heard.
So you heard that she's furious because I recorded her, but she hung up. How would she know I recorded her how would she know I recorded her? It's not on my YouTube channel.
Deacon Ricky was mentioning something to me about it. She hasn't said anything. Deacon Ricky was saying something about it. Man, cause I ain't been to church and he was trying to update me on what's going on. He said, man, you ain't heard that, Sister Kay was recording Sister West. I said, nah, he's trying to explain to me and stuff. Tell me what was going on. But
Oh, he's behind it because Sister West told me something about suicide and looked at me weird and said that she thought what would happen if she take this whole bottle of medication when Deacon Ricky was behind. So I was concerned about her because she kept looking at me weird and saying what would happen if I took this whole bottle of medication, knowing that I was in a domestic violence crisis and suffering a lot of pain and agony regarding my child as well as my torture that I've had to endure for years. So apparently someone has gotten through to that church and so whoever's monitoring my phone and told them I recorded something that I didn't by being on my phone witnessing that I was trying to record it. But the fact that remained is that I didn't upload it. So if I didn't upload it, Deacon Ricky is not being honest because they're not supposed to know about it. But like I said, this has happened a multitude of times. People have commented on things and had problems with things that I didn't even upload to the YouTube channel and should not have ever known that it was recorded. But they did. So if this church is allowing someone that's abusive control them and con me for all this time and recall me and interrupt things, then in addition to that, when I beg for my life, if they use psychological damage to ignore me, blow me off, that's really how abusive is that for a woman to endure that? you think you're at a church with loving people and they're helping to keep you in your abuse. You weren't there when I finally put on makeup and dressed up and the police came with badge, guns, and I forgot what it's called, radio going off. Well, see, I've had amazing experiences when I get fixed up. Clothes stolen, games with dart. So that was terrifying when I came to church and saw that police officer. They claimed that the pastor claimed that his son invited the police to church. Then they were out in the parking lot with me, trying to bully me because I was first there. There's something happened and I was first, and they were circling the parking lot. Police came in the parking lot. So I left and came back. And when I came back, it was the police in the church. They said it was his son's friend, but his son wasn't there and did not come.
They did. It was a friend of Dexter's, yeah.
Well, Dexter wasn't there, and he left only 5 to 10 minutes after the sermon. So why would he come? Only be there 5-10 minutes for intimidation and then leave with a gun and badge and uniform on? If he was actively at work, why was he there at the church and not there with his son? His son never came to church.
He was there that Sunday.
Well, here's the thing. What was suspicious is that it was a police car in the parking lot of a woman that was another nationality. So I left the church because I've had to endure this chaos years. But if someone is enticing church people to be abusive and think they have con me like these people are really my friends, and then when I'm in a crisis, use them to cause psychological damage, that is pretty sick. But nonetheless, you can see what happens with Sister West, because I was a member, came there routinely, and they know that I'm in a crisis. I don't hope it doesn't have anything to do with their house getting shot up, their apartment. We're deflecting on that, how their apartment got shot up. So I don't understand why people befriend me and then act suspicious, including my own family members. So if you don't mind calling her to see if she's mad at this video that I never uploaded, so who told her I did it? That's breaking into my phone, monitoring me remotely, knowing full-blown well no one would ever believe it. So do you mind calling her and see?
Yeah, I called her.
Okay. Well, I told you guys that I was fleeing for my life. Okay, it started back over. He did not return my call, and I gave him I couldn't record it on my tablet. Like I said, my devices are controlled. But the reason why I wanted to upload this is because my relationships are controlled even with family members. So they call, they interrupt me reporting crimes, they'll engage in conversations to ignore me, because the abuser is sadistic. He's jealous of my ability to make people laugh and relationship with others. I used to be really involved in community and a lot of people like me. He's jealous of that. So he sabotages my environment. At the hospital when I was there on false pretenses, they excluded me in schemes. Then they excluded me and put me in maximum security in the jail when I had time served because I kept laughing and having these inmates cracking up. It infuriated him. So he wanted them to have me in maximum security so no one would laugh. And maximum security in isolation. With time served. Never went to court, did not want me to have my discharge papers for the false arrest at CPS or this where I just left the hospital. Neither location gave me the discharge papers. Police were there waiting, guarding and forcing me to be escorted out, so I never got them, my clothes, and shoes. Then had the taxi cab driver set up in a con, scamming to control where I went, enforcing that I go to an abusive situation. It's extreme. So this is the things they just allowed me that, there's a lot of things that I can't upload. They're controlling. They are really honed down on this tablet. If you look at Judge Kakuna, when they had a con going at a court, they tried to con and try to pretend scheme that I could not call 911 and 911, sorry, I need to calm down, and report crimes if the police was committing them. I recorded it. So they did not want me to call in the police department. They tried to con and gave me a ticket for reporting crimes that the police were committing. They said that you can't report crimes on the 911 call system. They wanted me to believe this at court. So the reason why I'm talking about this is because when this experience happened, they stole my tablet at court. And then when I told the court that someone stole my tablet when my back was turned, because they know I record on my tablet. So then they gave me my tablet back, but they put me out the courtroom for reporting my tablet was stolen. And then when I uploaded the video, then they said, the bailiff said, oh, I turned your tablet in. You didn't tell me that just a few minutes ago when I said it was stolen. But that's how it went. So I don't know what happened at Walmart, but I recall leaving it on the counter, but they scanned things for psychological damage. It was in a bag. So why would the tablet be in a bag? I get, so many things going on. I just don't perceive that I would have put the tablet in a bag. A shopping bag, Walmart bag. So I think what they did, because I exposed that my tablet was stolen, and that is a theft, and they didn't want the staff having to go down for the theft, they just put it in one of the bags when my back was turned. They've done things like that before. That's why the police kept saying, I'll go the other way. But this is church locations. I said that I have gang stalkers set up. I know people didn't believe me, but I've had to endure this years, so I know it's a pattern.